Judi, have you not formally met Tristan before?
Judi, nice to
Have
meet
we?
you.
Hi,
No.
nice to meet you too.
Nice to- And that officially starts.
That was the official start.
Here we go, everybody. Welcome back. It's another episode of, Jeff, is this sip on? So what is this?
Yes. We have to take a sip, not a shot, just a sip.
Sip. There you go. Sip on social. Grab whatever you can, water, alcohol, coffee, tea. There you go. Beautiful. And then just sip it.
Nothing will ever beat our our shots on social last Thursday, where they did a shot board and did shots to start the webinar.
They caught us off guard on that one. And then they said, we're going to send you a board for shots as well. I'm like, okay, bring it on.
Yeah. So no pressure, guys, but
No pressure.
you know, we're just going to have to win with content today.
There we go.
You know, I have the song in my head now. Shot, 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 shot.
I love it.
I love it, guys.
I've seen those shot skis before in the past. I took one when I was on my bachelor party, but unfortunately, I don't quite have it for today.
There you go, man. It's probably best that we don't, right?
Well, let's get started with introductions. So, you know, we titled this that we're going to change your mind and why LinkedIn should be a focal point in your social strategy. So, suffice to say, we're going to be talking about LinkedIn today. So let's start with who was here first. Casey, quick intro, and then we'll turn it over to Judi.
Cool. Casey O'Toole. I'm a real estate agent out of Santa Barbara and Ventura counties, but I also created a company called My Link Solution, which is effectively a LinkedIn marketing services company. And I've been on LinkedIn for, quite a while, but I have over 17,000 connections at this point, and I'm really just learning how to leverage it to help grow my business. And hopefully we can, spit some wisdom out there and see if you can do the same.
Love it. Judi.
We are here to change your mind about LinkedIn. It is the cool place to be. So I believe, and I know because I've done it, that not only do people Google your name, but when they Google your name, they find your LinkedIn account. And that sometimes is pretty cringy. So it could be awesome if you work with somebody like me and Casey. So here's the deal. You want to dial in and think of your LinkedIn profile like it is a landing page, like a website that can convert your traffic and sell in your sleep. So I am a organic marketing LinkedIn hacker. I don't know what to call myself, but and I'm here to change your mind about LinkedIn. You are a leader on LinkedIn. It's not professional. You're a leader.
Love it. I love it.
Ooh,
And,
like that.
Delete the word professional. Hate that word. No offense to anybody who loves that word, but I hate it.
I like that. I like that shift on mindset. Leader.
Be the leader you wish was in the world.
Jeff, I'd like to kick this one off and just ask how, Judi, for somebody like me who's like very has limited knowledge on LinkedIn. All the knowledge I have, Casey gave me, and that's why we love Casey. But help me understand where you would start if you're saying, well, I like LinkedIn, but I just, it's kind of like the ugly stepchild. I mean, if there was an ugly stepchild, but you know what I mean. Where do you start?
Commenting. So I think about a CEO. Think about how excited the employees get when a CEO steps out of the office and comes around the office and walks around all the cubicles and goes out. Think about the energy that when we used to be in person would happen when a CEO would come to, I used to work in manufacturing. I've worn the hard hats. I have over 20 years experience. I know some people think I look young. I am 45. So I know, fun fact. I'm just going to give you my age. And the reason why I do that is because so many people think I look so freaking young. And I'm like,
I thought you were like 28.
No,
29.
Gen X full all the way through. And the thing I will say is that that platform is the equivalent of, as a leader, stepping out of your office. Don't just think, if you're thinking, I need to create content and I'm going to sit in my bubble and create content. I see so many people struggle. And I tell them, stop struggling, spend a week. Anyone can do a week. just spend a week commenting, 2 comments a day. That's not a crazy challenge. That's like the lightest challenge in the world. 2 comments a day, but make them leadership level. Make sure the other person feels seen and heard in their post. Make sure to tag them. Use the @ symbol because you want them to see your leadership comment. Make sure it's long and thoughtful and not like, look at me, but look at what you shared. Look how I can add to it. And then at the end, you can have a bit of a, and here's what I would add, and here's what I'm thinking. And guess what? You can that's how many comments. I don't do math. So you've got 2 comments a day for a week. At a minimum, you have 10 solid, really good comments, right? I bet you could take every single one of those and turn them into a LinkedIn post.
Ooh, that's such a great idea. Judy,
now you have 10 posts. You're done.
You just gave me an idea. I mean, why not hire a strong team of VAs if you're running a brokerage or a team, and just have them go do that everywhere, and you'd start growing your social media outlet and stop worrying about creating the actual content. Go into the comments and it creates it for you. Jeff, write that down, damn it.
I'm texting our VAs right now.
Hey, I'm taking notes too, all right?
Judy, we're all taking notes. Shit, let's do this.
Let me ask a question along that vein though, because like Tristan, for example, has a strategy on Instagram, which is very similar, which is go down and engage in 20 posts a day.
LCM, like, comment, message.
Love it. Do you make sure to tag the person when you message?
Yes.
Yes. That's like, that sounds so minor, but it's huge because what happens is they don't see every single comment. And if you want your comment to be seen, you got to do a few extra things to show up in their notifications.
That's brilliant, Judy.
That's how I get top comment on somebody like Gary Vaynerchuk. Because if you want to get top comment on a person's post on LinkedIn, you have to be early and you have to do a high quality one.
I know this is LinkedIn, but Jeff and I are always fooling around with TikTok, and I like saw TikTok. There was Rick, Rick Rolled. You've heard Rick Rolled, right? So somebody posted one about Rick and his song, and I put, I've been Rick Rolled, and I was first, and everybody laughed, and I got 2,000 likes, and I'm like, oh, this is a whole different strategy by accident. So what you're saying makes total sense. I just didn't even think about.
I love the TikTok. I go for the TikTok videos just to see what the comments are because they crack me up. And I love it when say RIP to your notifications because like some of those top comments get so many likes. So I think I made a top comment on TikTok one time and it was, it's so random on there and I freaking love it. And the humor is off the charts on that platform.
It is.
So Judy, I have to ask. So you don't just suggest writing first comment in the comment?
No. First comment here first.
That's my new strategy, guys.
That is a TikTok thing.
I did get a screenshot from somebody saying their first comment was, I'm commenting for the algorithm. And that's what their comment was, commenting for the algorithm. And I was like, and so they were sending me a screenshot and they were like, is this how it's done? And I was like, no, that's.
No.
I see that all the time. It's crazy.
No.
It's interesting. So let me backtrack. Okay. So I think that when we're talking to any audience and we're talking to people that are like following for social media content, right? This is why they're here on Drunk on Social. They're not very familiar with LinkedIn just in general, or they think of it. We all know how they think of it, right? As all I do is get recruited. That's all it is.
And I'm dying to sing the song. All I do is win, 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 no matter what.
Which is why you say that, because that means there's a lot of opportunity there. But let's backtrack for a second. And just so talking to that basic audience, the audience who says, okay, yeah, I have a profile. I'm not doing anything with it. Like, where should I start? Do I need to do anything with my profile? What do I do? Where do you recommend they even start before they start engaging in, because don't they have to have a sexy profile?
Well, So first of all, I want to backtrack even further, and I want to comment on your first comment when they say, I don't even use LinkedIn because all I do is I get recruited, right? And I get that, but I really don't think that's a reason to not use LinkedIn. I mean, that's like saying, oh, I'm not going to use the telephone because I get robocalls, or I'm not going to use email because I get spam messages.
Or I'm not going to use Instagram because of some, whatever. So I'm just kidding.
You use it for what it's worth. You use it correctly. You use it effectively, and it'll pay off in spades. And then, if you get those random solicitations, and you can kind of tell immediately based on like their title anyways, like, I'll help you 10x your business within 5 seconds. And you just ignore them. And then if someone actually creates a genuine message or wants to connect you genuinely, then consider it. But I wouldn't just neglect this platform. It's so valuable just because you get a few spammy ones.
I love that. So what do you think then, as far as, all right, we've overcome that objection. Now, I haven't been on there in several years. Is there any certain sort of tweak I should do with my profile picture, my banner? What do you suggest there, just for the most basic, for somebody to get their profile up to the level or the standard that it should be?
I mean, I'll just answer real quick. You want to use all the assets, all of LinkedIn's assets you want to be engaging with, and have a complete profile. So yes, have a banner photo. Yes, have a descriptive title. Have a profile photo that looks like a leader, to use Judy's word. Include all your experience, not just your relevant real estate experience, but include all of it. Join some groups, have some interest, have things for people to actually engage with and be interested in, and then that'll pay off. But I mean, you just got to do it all. It takes like 15, 20 minutes to do it really well, but it's worth it.
Well, let's talk about the content that people
I got to put Jeff
with.
in the hot seat first.
Oh, good. Do it.
Yeah.
Please do.
Because seriously, everything that Casey said, they have up-leveled the LinkedIn profile to literally create a sales machine. And when I say sales freaking machine, I'm a little nervous because how do I say this? People have been selling their courses easily down the page, all built to convert. And so I have a client that I ended up getting her 1 million views in 6 weeks, popped her course. Exactly. If you're going to get 1 million views, how many really truly have to convert?
Dude, like 1%.
Exactly. So I'm not giving any numbers, but you can only imagine that if a course is selling for, say, 1K, and you get 1 million views in 6 weeks, and think about percentages. And if that profile is built to sell, and I'll just say she hired me for the entire year forward, like done. Ooh. So we are done.
Yeah.
So here's Judy, what you're sleeping on, Jeff.
Use me as an example, because I haven't updated my profile in a couple years.
Jeff, listen to Judy so you understand why you suck. Okay.
I do.
Yes.
Well, that's why she's here.
And I know. And guess what? This woman is a course creator. So she basically told me, she's like, you're turning my first module is to how you sell from your profile. Like that's my sweet spot. Ooh. I work with entrepreneurs. You have a book, you have a course, you have a YouTube channel, you have an Instagram kind of channel. I sell that. That's my sweet spot on LinkedIn. So right now you are not utilizing your featured section. And that is gold, because you can drive traffic.
It's blank.
So as you go down your page, the about section is just like, nice. That's nice that you have those things you want to say. But that is think about anybody's landing page when you are getting sold into any type of webinar or course. You know, when you're in a funnel, you know it. We all know it. I'm like, oh, I'm in the top of the funnel. So think about that and literally etch a sketch your brain, and then think about LinkedIn the exact same way that you would think about entering into the top of somebody's sales funnel on their website. And that's my next course that's coming out.
Visit my LinkedIn page now.
No, it really is. It's at foxrocks.club. You'll be at the top of my funnel if you go to foxrocks.club.
I've got 2 questions for you then. One, since we're going to pick on me.
Yes, we're picking on you.
Which is fine, because it just makes me actually go to my profile and realize that I haven't updated it in a long time. Let's first talk about the about. that is essentially your bio, but is there anything specific that you should put in there? Because mine is actually even it's outdated, but for what I'm focusing on. But what should the average realtor salesperson want in their bio to be different? To not
I'm going to turn that to Casey because I have a strong opinion, but I see the value in both ways. I feel like, Casey, take it away. Here's your mic.
So, I mean, I don't think, I mean, well, I don't know. You might know more about this than I do, Judy, but in my opinion, I would just change the formatting of the about section. Because you only really have a certain amount of time for them to see what you're about. And I'm not going to read a paragraph form about you right now. So I'll let you get into content, Judy.
So are we talking about like mimicking almost like what the way Clubhouse is designed, like bullet points, emojis?
I mean, think about it as real estate. I mean, like, people are going to be perusing through your profile. They're not going to be necessarily clicking the see all section. They're just going to be kind of glancing at it. So just put, like the most important information that you want them to see up at the very top. And then everything else, maybe you can have paragraph form down at the bottom if you want, but you want them to see, those first 3 or 4 lines. And that's a real estate that you're actually working with.
I think the analogy you just made, Jeff, to a Clubhouse bio. So if anybody's spending time on that platform, which I freaking love, that has driven over, I stopped keeping track. It drove in a few short weeks, it drove over 2,000 people over to my LinkedIn profile, more than that. Like, I stopped keeping track because I lost track. Whatever. It drove over 1,500 DMs, and I'm still bearing what is that? Like, I'm digging myself out. So here's the deal. How did I do that? Because it is you have to be clear. People are confused if you just don't funnel them into exactly what you want to funnel them into. So in my Instagram bio, because that's where people go, they're either going to Twitter or they're going to Instagram on Clubhouse. And I don't know why I'm going into this Clubhouse thing, but the thing is, that's the thing I hacked. I hacked it to the point that LinkedIn was sharing my post about my hack. Yep. So if LinkedIn's going to literally share my post, one of their senior engineers has shared, I got a hold of their product development team. I'm now on phone calls with them to the point that I broke their system. So they were like, what the hell did you do? So I created a live chat system so I could talk to the audience on Clubhouse live at the exact same time I was messaging every single person in the audience on LinkedIn. It was happening at the exact same time. And so I broke and I crashed their chat system that they had created.
I love that.
Yeah. Yeah, Casey's like, wait, what did you do? That's what's at foxrocks.club, because I have to tell you, this is the first time I actually see the top of my own funnel. Does that make sense? Where you're like, oh crap, LinkedIn's become so much more relevant for people. Number one is TikTokers have reached out and said, if somebody Googles me, they see my LinkedIn profile on the first page of Google, and they're going to land on something that doesn't sell me.
That's so true.
And you don't want to spend time on LinkedIn. I'm not telling people to spend time on there. I'm just telling them to spend, I don't know, a couple hours and build that out like a funnel. So when I think about the about section, I think of it just like I think of how you would sell down a landing page if you're going to sell. How are you going to convert people to listen to your webinar? How are you going to convert people to listen to your webinar? You're going to be like, these people are raving and they spent 20 minutes on my webinar and then they got these results. You see what I mean? That same energy on a website, bring it to your profile and hire me.
Use it use it as your leadership platform or a profile, leadership profile, and then go from there. It's a great point. I mean, the very first time I heard about the LinkedIn profile popping up on Google was from Casey too. So that's why he worked on our Jeff, get with the freaking program, damn it.
It's already on my notes.
A big chunk of a paragraph.
Hire Judy.
No, hire Casey. We can team up, Casey.
Do it. Well, I feel like we probably could. I mean, it's like you're focused more on the content creation, the profile, enhancing it, organic growth. what our system does is more like kind of prospecting towards like those CEOs and like the top owners and founders. And so in conjunction, it works.
Yeah, I don't do what you just said.
Yeah, I mean, so I mean, and because so I mean, we work with Jeff and Tristan and stuff, and I mean, we get a bunch of page views as a result of our system. I mean, thousands of page views every month or so, and it's like that's thousands of targeted prospects that are looking at your profile. And if you don't have your profile comprehensive and thorough and put your best foot forward, and you know, like I said, like a splash page, and all that is going to waste.
Let's splash you up, Jeff.
I'm ready to jump in head first.
Yeah.
All right.
So, okay, let's go back to this now. So we keep digressing, but I think this is important. So back to your profile. Obviously, we've really focused on featured, which I imagine I'm pretty active on social. If I don't have a featured, I bet most of you don't either. So go look at that, because as soon as I go to my profile, I scroll down and it's about and then featured. It's bam right there, and there's a box saying showcase your work. And
yeah, I even
done
hacked my own profile. So people were complaining and saying, hey, how do you go to somebody's LinkedIn stories? Like, I have it in my head, I want to go see Judy's LinkedIn stories. I need to freaking put a story up there of us talking right now, right? So in your head, you're saying to yourself, I want to go see Judy's stories. But here's the thing, LinkedIn doesn't have a way to do that easily yet. So LinkedIn does have LinkedIn stories. LinkedIn has swipe up on LinkedIn stories, which I never got swipe up on Instagram because I'm not at 10K yet. So I was like jumping up and down. I got swipe. So here's the deal. I turned around and hacked and found a way to put my LinkedIn stories link in my featured section. So that way you can just come to my profile and see my LinkedIn stories.
Same.
Well, you know what? And
There
actually,
you go.
I just remembered something I wanted to ask you that I think is something that's
I'm
really
doing
important.
it right now, damn
I
it.
know I have to make a story, so there's something to view there.
Well,
Holy
I already
crap.
made one. I made one on Instagram already and tagged all
Yeah,
of
but
you.
you didn't put it on LinkedIn.
No, I didn't, because
I
I'm
put
not
it
as
on
active on
LinkedIn,
LinkedIn.
Jeff.
I need to get more active on
Do
LinkedIn.
it. Jeff, this is a LinkedIn webinar.
Hey, I know my strengths. This is why we're here. But let me ask you something that I think is really important that you pointed out. When somebody Googles you, your LinkedIn profile pops up.
Yes.
Not your Instagram profile, not necessarily your Facebook page, not your website, but your LinkedIn profile. Why is that?
Because
You're asking Judy?
I'm asking you guys to answer that question. Why is that?
So, I mean, I have a feeling it's because one thing I learned years ago is that LinkedIn leases Google's old SEO algorithm. So it would probably have something to do with that, but you know, who knows exactly what Google is working on now. But I mean, and also I've learned that there's lots of KCO tools, there's lots of Shawno tools. In fact, there's 2 Shawno tools that are both realtors and own tech businesses. My brother and some other guy who owns Property Radar. And who shows up first when you Google Shawno tool? It's my brother, because his LinkedIn profile is a little bit more robust and comprehensive.
What's the answer to that, Judy? What do you think? Because you pointed it out.
I think I'll just agree with Casey, because I don't know. I don't know enough about all the behind the scenes, but I just know that it's freaking people out. I mean, it's my phone ringing. So people, I mean, I literally have, like I said, people who have TikTok accounts with 4 million followers, and they're getting brand deals, and they are literally getting results on TikTok for sales and brands and everything, right? And if you Google their name and they are showing up and LinkedIn is showing up.
Yeah.
So,
That's
I mean, I have some pretty, I don't want to like brag or anything, but there are some pretty big names that are coming to me that are finally taking LinkedIn seriously, because they realize it's on the first page of their Google search. And these are people with okay, people like Reese Witherspoon are following them. People like Justin Bieber, Ariana Grande. I'm not even freaking kidding. That world is finally merging with LinkedIn because they are finally like, why? Why is that something that comes up when somebody Googles me? I can't have that be this weird dead account.
Well, I think, and that's powerful. I mean, if you take nothing from this conversation today, that is that not being relevant on LinkedIn could actually be hurting you. There's so much opportunity that you're missing out on. So, all right. So we've kind of gone through the profile. Is there anything else besides featured? So we've talked about the comment strategy, which is very simple, but it's strategic commenting. You're not just randomly commenting. You're choosing who you want to comment with. You're tagging the name of the person you're commenting, and you're giving a meaningful comment, not a bunch of thumbs up emojis. That doesn't count. Right. And then you need to add the featured. So let's go back to this featured piece. I'm a real estate agent, real estate professional. Now let's pick on Tristan. What do I want to feature in my featured section of my LinkedIn?
Are we picking on Tristan or Casey?
Yeah.
Casey, are you picking on him?
I am.
Go ahead. You pick on him first. I'm trying to put a LinkedIn story up. I have to get the link to the show. Can I swipe up so they can come straight to the show?
I would have them swipe up straight to the page.
Ooh, good job.
So, I mean, a lot of it depends on what you're trying to achieve, right? And so Judy said, she wants people to learn how to access her LinkedIn stories. There's a link there, right? So if you are strictly doing real estate and you are trying to sell properties, I mean, I've used the feature section to feature some of our listings that I wanted to get sold, and because 90% of my contacts on LinkedIn are from within my area of Santa Barbara County. That means, that many people are going to potentially be seeing that listing that I'm trying to sell. I mean, I also wanted to kind of, position myself as like a subject matter expert kind of thing. So I have the whole escrow process lined out. It's just like a PDF that they could download. But I mean, it could be anything. I mean, for you, Jeff, it'd be like, I would recommend like a video of some sort, since like video is your thing. Put a video up there. People just click on it, and then they get a lot more information.
And then I could link back to whatever, like video school. You could link back to mortgage. You could link back to whatever. Literally, what? Now, can you feature? Let's just say you have ownership in multiple businesses. Would you feature each and every one of them, or is that too much?
You could. I mean, it's whatever you want to feature, right? I mean, it's whatever you want people to see. So, I mean, I think the long and short of it is like, you just want to use it. If you don't use it, you're not getting anything from it. I mean, there is a little hack that I saw from our friend Sharon, who actually, in terms of like using all our assets, he was even able to figure out a way to use the pronunciation of his name component as a way to promo his products. So rather than pronouncing your name in that little microphone next to your name at the top, he goes, visit sharonstribata.com or something like that. So just use everything that you possibly can.
Got it.
Good point. I like that. All right.
So there's going to be a replay of the show, right?
Yes.
So that's going to be my call to action, because I don't think everyone's going to see in the next 24 hours, unless we're staying live on this show for the next 24 hours, right? So Jeff's laughing. So yeah. So I'm just going to say, I did this before, and I'm going to say this is powerful. I said, message me for a link for the replay. Now, does that create a little bit more work for me? Yes. But here's the deal. So it might create more work. I got 70 replies saying, yes, I want the link for my last replay, my last time that I did this. So now I have a challenge. I have to see if I can get 70. But the point is, when you message them back and you have a replay link, you can also set an away message if you have a premium account. I could put in my away message right now that anyone that messages is going to get the away message, and it's going to automatically reply to them.
With the link?
I mean, you could have the link on there, right?
Yeah.
That's what you're saying.
Yes.
Right? Okay.
So then I don't have to do all that work, number one. So thank you, LinkedIn, for creating an automatic reply system that's in the system, not external. I know there's external things you can add. It is now automatically replying for me to anyone that messages me from my LinkedIn story. And I say, message me for the link. So last time I got 70 people said yes, they got the link. I have no idea if they actually watched it. I can't confirm that because I didn't go to their house and watch them watch it. But the point is, this is crazy. There's traffic on LinkedIn. Like, so yeah, stop being annoyed by the spammy DMs. Live in the light. Live in the world of awesome messages.
I love that.
And another quick kind of growth hack in terms of webinars and recordings and stuff is when you're promoting webinars, whether it's from LinkedIn or from really any social platform, what I've been saying recently that's gotten quite a few more registrations is I say, even if you can't make this time, for the webinar, register anyways, and I'll be sure to send you a recording of the webinar. That way you just get a lot more registrations. They don't show up, and it's not a problem because then you can send it to them. They can watch it at their own leisure.
It's a really good idea. I love that.
And it also kind of takes away so many of those questions like, oh, will it be recorded? It's like, yes, it will be.
So I have a question for both of you before we wrap up here, and that's for
we're not going for 24 hours.
Well, I almost said yes.
24-hour live stream, also simulcast on Clubhouse.
That's right. The Clubhouse. It's a new LinkedIn. It's like Clubhouse. All right. Here's my question for you. Casey, I'm going to you first. And that's, what do you suggest that we focus on in LinkedIn for this year? Where would we go in like first quarter? What's our main focus when we're looking at LinkedIn as business leaders? I'm going to use the word that Judi, I was going to say business professionals, but then it prompted me to use the leaders. So good job, Judi. Good job.
All right, so I'll let Judi talk about the whole profile stuff and whatever her thing is. I'll speak more to relationships with people who you want to be networking with. Okay, so find people. So first of all, upgrade to Sales Navigator. They give you a free month. It's $80 a month afterwards. It's really affordable for what you can gain from it. I would say sign up for Sales Navigator and find your people. If it's and make it real. It's like if you are an alumni from a university that's in your local area, or even not, find them. If you have experience in healthcare as a midwife and now you're trying to reach out to other people in healthcare, find them. If you have, whatever it is, entrepreneurs, find your people and be genuinely interested in what they're doing and be genuinely trying to help them. And then after they connect with you, back to what Judi was saying, is start commenting and asking questions about whatever they're posting. Because you can even see who's posting stuff on LinkedIn by using Sales Navigator. Say who's posted in the past month, and you can kind of find their posts, and then comment on them. So find your people, comment on the post.
How much does it cost to upgrade?
It's $80 a month.
Definitely worth it. I agree. I'd say that's probably the takeaway in the next quarter. If you can do that, dive in deeper into LinkedIn. What about you, Judi?
Woo! So I love that you're going out and finding people, but all the people that find you already, there has got to be people finding you already and you didn't even do anything. So you need to be converting those people while you're sleeping. You can literally be asleep and having traffic that comes into your profile. Yes, you can go out and get it. And I think that's really smart because that's targeted. But all the stuff that wasn't targeted, that you're like, it could just be coming into you. People are Googling you. People are finding you on Facebook. People are finding you on all these other platforms. And they're like, what's he up to on LinkedIn? And they need to land on a page that is a sales funny, a sales funnel that is going to sell you in your sleep. So I wake up to sales calls. I don't know where they came from. That's what it should look like. You should literally be telling me. I've had people tell me they've had the most sales calls in their whole life after working with me. And that's
how I see the combination of Judi and Casey working, because Casey can automate a lot of this process for us, right? And Judi can be the one that says, well, this is how you would promote it. This is how you market it. So I love that.
I mean, when you think about all the people like ClickFunnels, Russell Brunson, all that world, that's the world that I live in, thinking like that. And that's a whole nother mindset of how do you get people to go on your landing page and then convert.
And we haven't even spoken about the data, right? Like the email, like the retargeting on Facebook. There's so much you can do once you're
the pixels, which I don't even understand, and I have to Google and be like, "What is this?"
Yeah. I mean, this is sipping on social. We should do binge drinking on social at some point and get really into it.
Hey Casey, that's like $29.99 a month. Come on.
All right. Deal.
Bonging on bonging beer on
Beer bonging on social.
Yeah, you're taking it to the next level.
That's really good. That's yeah.
Yeah, fire hose. I think I tend to overwhelm people, so I don't want to overwhelm anybody. So we're all good sipping right now.
Well, I think we need a part 2 to this too, so we can go deeper into it and show kind of the processes on the back end. We can even share screens. I think we could take turns. I like that. You guys up for that?
100%.
All right.
There you go.
How can our audience find you guys?
Foxrocks.club.
That was easy.
And Clubhouse.
Yeah, I love that I bought that domain, and that's how nothing. Okay, go Casey. It's such a hack right now. Oh, I feel like sorry. I could go on and on. It's too much. It's too much right now. But foxrocks.club. It's my land on that and see what I'm up to.
Cool.
So good.
Mine is mylinkedsolution.com. And Clubhouse is at Casey O'Toole. So yeah, pretty easy.
Easy. Jeff,
Easy peasy.
how about you, buddy?
I just typed in foxrocks.club just to see what it was.
Oh,
Yeah, what do you think?
It's interesting. It's very aesthetically pleasing. It looks like a text message.
It is. It's a text message I sent somebody that was raw and real. Like, holy crap, this happened because it's real.
Wait, how do I spell it?
Okay, what? There's a video. I literally am like breathless in this video, and it's like 4 a.m. and I'm like, holy shit, basically. Oh, am I allowed to say that?
Yeah, you are.
Yeah, I had a holy shit moment. Like, I literally didn't get any sleep that night because I was like so excited that I basically broke my own account. Like, I just went boom. And it was because of Clubhouse.
Okay, so from this, how many conversions did you have from the conversations?
So good.
I think I'm almost up to 700.
And so I have to ask Judi, what was the process again? So you joined Clubhouse. I'm looking at this like LinkedIn thing. So you joined Clubhouse, you put your link to LinkedIn in your Instagram profile?
No, okay, so it's more complicated than that, but it is 9 steps, so it's kind of annoying. I guess it's 9. The 10th step is you have to connect with me.
Hey, we're talking to overachievers here. Let's go.
Okay, step number 1, you start a Clubhouse event.
Can do that.
You get the link. Step number 2, you open up a LinkedIn event.
That's the key.
That's the key. You link your LinkedIn event with your Clubhouse event to be at the same time. Then when you start your Clubhouse room, you're like, hey, everybody, I am also running a LinkedIn event at the exact same time. Come on over to LinkedIn. And here's the link that's in my bio that will drive traffic right to that LinkedIn event.
In your Clubhouse bio.
Yeah, it's in your Clubhouse bio.
Right.
So you can circulate all that. I had 300 people like land on my event in like a hot second because I do have following on Clubhouse now. I think I'm at 6,000 something followers on Clubhouse. So I do have to say that does help. So, and then I did this. Okay. So I got the attention of Tiffany Haddish, who has 1 million followers on Clubhouse. She's the first person to get to 1 million. So on stage, I pitched her right that minute, and then she followed me. So there's a lot of pieces of this puzzle. I'm not saying everyone can break their account, but like You see what I'm talking about? This platform has attention right now. And that attention, because it cannot message within the app, it's either messaging over on Instagram, but it's also really excited to message over on LinkedIn. And there's not an easy way, but if you make it easy, it is like fire.
Why did people want to leave? If they're already in your room at Clubhouse, though, what was their motivation to go to your bio, click the link, and leave Clubhouse to go to LinkedIn?
Because they could all talk to each other all at the same time.
Yeah.
So you preface that, like, you go over there.
Everyone in the audience, granted, it maxes out, the chat feature maxes out. So then everyone has to start posting in the event page. But I mean, I have post after post after post. Oh my God, this is fire. Oh my God, this is awesome. Oh my gosh, this is like so blowing my mind. And they're talking to each other, next to each other in the audience in Clubhouse. So normally in the audience on Clubhouse, you can't really network easily with each other. You have to go one by one to each LinkedIn, each Instagram profile. You have to go one by one. This created like a spider web of everyone connecting with each other, not just me, but connecting with each other. And it just went like fire.
Wow. Johnny Knight, I see you in the audience, Johnny. I hope you're taking notes, brother.
I've had people, I just will be blunt. I've had people hire me now to do this. Like that's how fire this is, because the final piece of the puzzle, at the end of this event, every single person that came over from Clubhouse, you get their email.
Wow.
You have everyone in the audience on Clubhouse, you have their email.
Tristan, did you just hear that?
I'm taking notes, damn it.
I'm not, you don't want to spam them. You cannot add them to your email list inappropriately, but you can thank them for coming to your Clubhouse event, and you can message everyone, and it's mass because they get value too. I hate the word value, damn it. They get tons of opportunity because they get to all network with each other all in a flash.
Judi, professional value.
They get professional value. You can see why I was so excited and like why I got a call from LinkedIn the next day.
Wow. And leadership opportunity too.
Yes.
I suggest we do this again. We have a binge on social night.
We link it to Clubhouse. We link it to LinkedIn.
LinkedIn event to promote it. We use our system, My Link Solution, to promote it to all of our contacts on LinkedIn. And we'll use Judy's reputation to then promote it as well. I think this is great.
Let's do it. I'm in.
Done. Consider it done.
All right.
I'll be messaging you shortly.
We'll promote it more. Judi, Casey, you both rock. Judi, was really nice to meet you, by the way.
You too.
Great energy. Nice to meet you. Casey, nice to see you, buddy. And Jeff, always nice to co-host these with you, but love you too.
See you guys. See you soon. Talk soon. Thank you.